Hello, friends. My name is Charmaine from Two Witch Isle, and this is a witch's cauldron. And today we're going to talk about just the bad ants. Now, as a reminder, I didn't coin this term ants or automatic negative thought. The way that I am explaining them today is based on what I've read out of the book called Your Brain is Always Listening by Dr. Daniel G. Amen. So, just the bad. It's somebody who always sees the bad in any situation, and they can't see any of the good things. Um, this type of thinking narrows in on mistakes and problems, and then that person is focused on those and those alone, and is very hard to get them to see the positives. These ants essentially take any positive experience and taint it with negativity. So, what I thought was interesting in this book was that it explains kind of the science behind why sometimes all we think is negatively, because I was very, 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 very guilty of it at one time. And it's because, thousands of years ago, we could have gotten eaten by a bear or a lion. So our brains are kind of hardwired by being human to focus on anything out of place, the negative and of the situations before they could focus on the positive. Now, when I was reading that in the book, it brought me to think about my own trauma. I experienced abuse really young, and I didn't really feel safe up until a few years ago. And I was very guilty of this focusing on the bad, all of it, all the time, because I felt like if I focused on the bad and the bad happened, then at least I was expecting it. But I never thought to look for positive too. I just recently started feeling safe, and that sense of safety has allowed me to be able to focus on positive things now, which is why I feel like there's such a dramatic shift in my life. And I think maybe that hardwire in the brain was deeper than I even expected or anticipated it to be. I think that's my cat in the blinds. I don't know what she is doing in there, other than I ignored her. You know what? I need you to stop your shenanigans. Sorry about that. How do you kill just the bad ants? Well, you have to ask yourself, are you only looking at the negative in a situation? And could there be a positive that you haven't thought about yet? And I'll give you an example. I recently had some air conditioner issues where I needed a repair for it to work again. It was $799 to get that bad boy fixed. And air conditioning in South Georgia is worth it. However, I could have focused on the bad. Number one, I could have focused on the excruciating heat, especially that last evening in the house. Instead, there was a lot of positive that came out of that event. Number one, there was a possum in my yard near the chicken house. My main concern was that there was some sort of possum living underneath my air conditioner or underneath my house. I don't want a possum near my chickens, that's for sure. Having the air conditioner fixed meant that people were under the house, which could tell me if they've seen any live critters scurrying out. Nobody fixing the air conditioner saw anything coming in or out. But I also took that opportunity to call Terminix and have them check the enclosure. And they came out and assured me that it is completely sealed. No critters can come in. I am safe from possums. That right there is comfort that I wouldn't have had the air conditioner not had an issue and I had people on that side of the house where it was seen. So, and was also proof that it wasn't the critter that did it. The bonus is that I had that $7.99 that I actually kind of needed somebody to take a look down there and make sure there weren't any critters in there. And I got all of that accomplished with that event happening. My challenge to you is to catch yourself the next time you have a just the bad thought and try to find something positive in your not so great situation. It's easy to point out all the not so great stuff and gloss over the things that are really good. And glossing over the good things in life isn't going to make you happy. Focusing on the negative in life isn't going to make you happy. One little change can start to kill those little ants crawling around on your brain. Think about it. If you have all or nothing ants, and you have less than ants, and you're consumed by just the bad ants, think about what your brain would look like with all of those thoughts pictured as ants swirling around on it. It's starting to darken out your brain, isn't it? Kilala also says, take the challenge, kill the ants. And I know this will make her go away from me so I can finish this recording. As always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. And until next time, light and love, friends.